Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Abe Layden, Chairman of the Board of County Commissioners and one of the co-chairs of our wonderful Opioid Council. I wanted to thank you for being here to stand for something bigger than ourselves, something stronger than the challenges that our youth faces today. Today, we launch a campaign not just against substance use disorder, but for something much greater, for hope, for healing, for the power of choice, and for the future of every young person in our community. I want to begin by extending a special welcome to my fellow members of the Douglas County Opioid Council, our youth storyteller, Vivian Rogers, the Full Circle program, and Kelly Smith with Douglas County School District. Thank you so much for being here. Again, today we're celebrating the healthy choices our teens are making. Here in Douglas County, 94% of teens have never misused prescription pills. That is an incredible statistic and an important one to remember, that most kids in Douglas County are doing a really great job. And as a county, we're incredibly proud of the work that you're doing with your peers and friends to make sure that this issue doesn't get out of hand. It speaks to the strength, the awareness, and the good judgment of our youth. This new public awareness campaign builds on that success. Frankly, it's designed to highlight and reinforce the positive choices that most young people are already making when it comes to substance use. Research shows that when teens learn that most of their peers are making positive choices and not using substances, they are likely to make healthy choices themselves and support their friends in doing the same. But we also know one critical statistic, that one pill can kill. One pill can kill. Youth need to be reminded of the real dangers of pill misuse. Even one pill not prescribed to you can have devastating consequences. With the rise of fentanyl-laced counterfeit pills, what might seem harmless, in fact, can be deadly. And I know many of you have lived in experience and personal circumstances that have informed the situation for you. And for all of you that have lost people that you have cared about, or heard stories or family members that have been challenged in this way, as a county, we want to deeply extend our condolences and say we are sorry and we stand with you. What makes this campaign especially powerful is that it was shaped by the teens themselves. And again, I want to welcome Madison, Sam, Tabitha, Scarlett, Sam, and Isaac. Maybe two Sams. I have two Sams. Are there two Sams here? Okay, there are. All right, just wanted to make sure. And all of you that are joining us today, we really appreciate that. Douglas County Youth did help design the messages and share their own stories, their why for living life, unfiltered and substance-free. Their voices are at the center of this effort. By focusing on what's working, we are strengthening prevention. When we lift up the majority of youth who are making good decisions, we create a culture where healthy choices are the norm. And that's just how we keep our community strong. This campaign reflects the best of Douglas County. It's a true collaboration between youth, schools, and community partners, all working together to keep our young people safe, supported, and thriving. On the other hand, while we are proud of the 94% of our youth who choose to live substance-free, we are not going to overlook the 6% who need our support. Through the launch of the Douglas County Opioid Council's Adult Focus campaign, we heard the stories of individuals in our community who have lived experience with opioid use and recovery. Their stories told us that recovery is possible, and it is our job as a community to offer support and understanding. This goes for our youth as well. That is why youth treatment and recovery is a major priority for the council. The council is committed to investing in organizations that offer recovery and support to youth. In fact, in 2024, $124,000 was awarded to the Douglas County School District for their youth prevention efforts, and $180,000 was used to develop this campaign. Looking forward, this area will remain a top priority for the council. Again, together we're building a community where every young person feels seen, supported, and valued. No matter where they are on their journey, prevention and recovery go hand in hand, and both start with connection and understanding. The council will continue partnering with schools, families, and community organizations to expand prevention and recovery resources for youth across Douglas County. Every effort that we make today helps ensure that tomorrow's Douglas County is healthier, stronger, and full of hope. Vivian? Hi, thanks for being with us today. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Vivian Rogers, and I'm 15 years old. I started abusing drugs in 2023, and honestly, my life was not the greatest. I was introduced to Full Circle by my older brother Jackson, and since then I've created connections and friendships that I will have for the rest of my life. I am grateful that I've gotten the opportunity to be a part of this youth campaign because it honestly gave me a greater outlook into I can give back to my community and not just the people in Full Circle. I am very excited for you guys to see the video because I put a lot of effort into it, and I once again am very grateful that I got to be a part of this experience because it's not something that a lot of people can be a part of. I am now about to get 2 years sober, and without the people that I'm friends with and the connections that I have, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I'm really grateful for everybody who's helped me along the way.
About a huge round of applause. Vivian, thank you so much. You did a great job. And again, you are not alone. We know that is the story of many of our Douglas County youth. And, you know, we just got out of a Douglas County Youth Initiative meeting about a half hour ago. I've been chair of that board for many years, and every year we have the Youth Awards. And it is not an awards ceremony where we award the quarterback for the best touchdown, or the captain of the cheerleading squad, or the valedictorian. We love those kids. They're great. They get a lot of recognition. Our Douglas County Youth Awards are really about recognizing perseverance and overcoming really difficult odds. And many times, year after year, over the last 7 years that I've done this, I have seen youth, just like the youth that are here today, that have overcome some really challenging circumstances to get their lives back together, to get better grades, to move forward with a future that is better and brighter than it was before. So in my mind, those are the kids that and the adults that we need to honor the most, and we're very thankful for your perseverance. With that, I'd like to present a couple of these really amazing videos that will be circulated throughout Douglas County. Sarah?
You know, most teens in Douglas County aren't misusing substances. Look, you're the expert. Here, take this camera and share your unfiltered voice.
Oh, thanks, I will. This is crazy. It's going fast, look at it. Fact, 87% of Colorado teens would try to stop friends from misusing pills. Looking out for each other is just what we do.
You are so cute.
This is totally me with IT. I went to law school because I was told there'd be no IT, so.
Here, take this camera and share your unfiltered voice.
Thank you.
You know, most teens in Douglas County aren't misusing substances, but that's not the story people hear.
Ready?
Fact, most Douglas County teens don't drink or use drugs. That's the reality. We defy stereotypes and reject labels.
Look, you're the expert. Here, take this camera and share your unfiltered voice.
Thank you.
You know, most teens in Douglas County aren't misusing substances, but that's not the story people hear.
This is Liam. He weaves gold into my life every day. Fact, 94% of Douglas County teens have never misused pills. There are other ways to deal with stress. Cheers.
Great. Well, you know, one of the biggest priorities for us was not to author these videos and really place the leadership and the voice and the communication style in the hands of our youth. We have a very powerful youth commission that makes very real decisions and recommendations to our board all the time. We have a youth congress that we host every year where we hear from hundreds of students in our community, not to talk at them, but to hear from them and implement solutions that make sense to the young people in our county. So again, thank you for sharing your unfiltered voices. With that, we'd like to invite up Youth with Full Circle.
What up, guys? My name is Isaac. I'm 25, about to be 26. Started using when I was 15. I am now 5 months sober, and that is all thanks to the Full Circle program. If I didn't join Full Circle, I don't know if I'd even be here today talking in front of you guys. I don't have much to say. All I know is that because of my addiction, I've lost a lot of my life. I lost a lot of my youth. And because of that, I'm now regaining all my youth back with Full Circle, so I feel 15 again, which got a bunch of knee problems, so that doesn't really work. But I don't really have much to say on this, but thank you.
Regaining your youth. I turn 50 next year. How do we do? Help me out. You have a lot more youth left in your life than I do, I think. Anybody else from Full Circle? Yeah, come on up.
Okay, I'm Sam. I'm 20 years old. I am with the Full Circle program. I have 20 months sober as of the 1st. And I've been to a couple of these down in the Springs, and I guess the one thing I wanted to mention was you can't really do anything to stop addiction. Drugs aren't going anywhere. Legalizing them or vice versa does not make them go anywhere. And that's the piece I really wanted to bring, especially with this type of thing. But I guess the real solution that I've found that somewhat works for me, as long as I let it, is connection. And with Full Circle, I've been given that chance and all these cool opportunities. I get to stand here and be nervous and talk to a bunch of people, and that's so cool. And like, my brother just got a year as of the 4th, and it's kind of crazy because I get to watch all these things unfold and do all these cool things that I never even thought I wanted. But yeah, thank you.
It's awesome, and congratulations. Anybody else from Full Circle? Welcome.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Krupa. I'm 17 years old. I started abusing drugs when I was like 12. And for me, I definitely wouldn't be standing here today without the Full Circle program, and without the connections that I have gained, and without realizing that there's something bigger than I am. And I think that for me, abusing drugs took away a lot of my life and a lot of my family's life, because of how much that I affected them and of how much that it affected me. I have 2.5 years sober now, and I couldn't be more grateful for the people that I have around me today and for being able to stand up here today, and not having to go through a battle every single day of my life like I used to. And words can't describe how grateful I am for the people around me, and for not having to constantly fight myself on everything that I used to do. And being able to now just live a life as a 17-year-old girl is a lot cooler than constantly doing drugs and constantly being in and out of hospitals. And yeah, I'm just forever grateful for what I have now, and I wouldn't be able to do that without the Full Circle program. And I just hope that the other teenagers and the other young people who struggle with addiction are able to find something that I have found, or that I did find, and I hope that they are able to find something like we did, and that we can share it with other people. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabitha, and congratulations. You all are so well-spoken. This is really impressive. Anybody else from Full Circle? Welcome.
Hi, my name is Cameron. I am 19 years old, and I just hit 16 months sober last week, I believe. I started using, like Tab said, when I was around 12 years old. I was completely lost everything in my life up until I turned 17 and discovered the Full Circle program. With the community building and kind of support that I've had, I've been able to gain back the life that I had lost, like the years, and complete like goals now are actually achievable. I think that was a big thing for me. I could not see a future past the age of, I would say, even 17, and now I can plan out almost every aspect of my life and be able to actually do it and have the support of staff and my friends. But thank you guys.
That's awesome. Anybody else? Yeah, come on up.
Hi, my name is Scarlett. I'm 19 and I started using substances when I was 14. I would say abusing opiates, abusing substances took a lot away from my life. I wasn't participating in my family. I was failing school. I didn't have a lot of meaningful connections with my peers. It really took a lot of motivation for me, from me. I don't know, and I give a lot of credit to Full Circle because without Full Circle, I wouldn't be able to have the life that I have right now. And it's something I'm very proud of. I've built a strong connection with my family again. I finished high school. I have a lot of friends that I really care about, and I feel like they really care about me too. I don't know, I'm really grateful to be where I am, and getting sober has provided me a lot of things. But yeah, I give a lot of credit to my friends in Full Circle because my friends are what got me sober too. And today I have 2.5 years sober. Thank you.
Congratulations. Anybody else from Full Circle? Yeah, come on up. How's it going? Good.
Hello, I'm Aston. I'm 16, and then I started doing drugs probably when I was around 11 or 12, like a lot of other people, but as of now, I have about 15 months sober. And the thing that I kind of think about when it comes to just general drug addiction, and especially mine, was that my use of drugs was not really the problem. It was more of a symptom of the overall problem. Because, yeah, if you looked at my life on paper, it was not good. And I credit Full Circle I credit Full Circle a lot with really giving me the opportunity and giving me the, knowledge to look at myself and say, yeah, I can't stop using drugs, not because I don't want to stop using drugs, but because I don't have anything else to turn to. And it gave me that hope, and it gave me that ability to look forward and turn to something else. But that's what I was thinking. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Yeah, come on up.
Hi everyone, I'm Madison. I'm 16 years old. I go to school right down the road at Castle Rock Early Colleges. Started using drugs when I was 12. I was just about to be 13. And I don't know, I struggled with mental health from a really early age. And kind of like what Aston was saying, like I used drugs to cope with the things that I was feeling. And I don't know, I dealt with a lot of trauma that led to my drug use getting worse. I don't know, I think drugs took almost everything from me. It took all of my relationships. I was failing school. I didn't really have any friends at all. I don't know, it took a lot of my life away. I didn't really have any hope for the future, and I don't know, I joined Full Circle and I got sober, and it has done everything for me. I have a really good relationship with my parents. My mom's actually here today. I have a good relationship with my sister. I have really good friends that I know I can count on. I don't know, things are really good now that I've gotten sober, and I really do love my life. And Friday, I'll get a year sober. Thank you so much.
That's great. Come on up. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Connor Armstrong. I'm 20 years old, and like a couple other people, I started using when I was about 12 or 13. Not going to get into the nitty and gritty of the addiction. It was pretty bad, but I was introduced to Full Circle actually through an AA meeting, and I have made so many beautiful connections along the way. My life has completely done a 360. I'm able to show up and be there for people. I'm able to take on responsibility and transition into a young man, and I'm very grateful for that. I have had my challenges while being here. I'm currently 10 days sober, but by the grace of God, I'm still here, and thank you guys for being here.
I love that. 10 days going on 10 years plus. Who else? Anybody else from Full Circle? Yeah, come on up.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. I'm 19. I got a year and 8 months sober. And yeah, I don't know, fucking Full Circle saved my life probably more than anything. I am from 16 to 18, I was in and out of jail. A bunch of other stuff. I'm on probation for 6 years right now. And actually Drew Thompson pulled up to my court cases and actually helped me a lot with that stuff. I can't thank him enough for that. And just all these people just sitting down have helped me out in my recovery, especially Connor over there. That's my boy. But yeah, I don't know, and Cameron too. Cameron and me grew up together, been through a lot. And yeah, I don't know, I find the strength and hope in the program. Not just in me, I see it in everybody else. Even the newest kid Zay, he came in Thursday. I see the strength in him to get sober at such a young age. That's awesome to do. But I don't have a lot to say. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from Full Circle? I love that. And again, the reason we're taking this time is because it's your voices that matter the most. It's the youth voices. And listen, I think it's incredible because you have each other, right? You guys are I can sense it. You're like a family. And having that support from people that have been through it is everything. And you're going to have your tough days and days when it just makes zero sense. But like I said, we are most proud of you all. You are exceptional individuals. And what you have overcome has been it's like a tool in your toolbox now. When you're my age someday, you're going to be yeah, I overcame that. And look what else I've done. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about your futures in the years ahead. So with that, I'd like to, again, how about a big round of applause for Full Circle? Rock stars. Thank you for being here. With that, I would like to introduce Dr. Kelly Smith. Doctor's not on here, but you worked too hard not to have that on here. So Dr. Kelly Smith with the Douglas County School District, the Director of Health, Wellness, and Prevention. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
All right, I do have notes, not like these wonderful kiddos that get up here and speak without notes. I do need some notes for this. So I do want to give a shout out. I did bring some of my team here that is on the front lines with our substance misuse education. We have our nursing team and a health wellness prevention lead that are here, and they're in schools every day doing things to support students who are struggling with anxiety, depression, and addiction. So thank you so much for coming. They do the hard work in our schools. Thank you. So thank you for allowing me to speak for just a minute this morning. We know that healthy truths reduce substance use. It's an evidence-based social norm approach to substance abuse prevention and reduction of alcohol or drug use in teens. It's a simple concept, but it has profound implications, one that you heard clearly through this youth campaign with our own Douglas County kiddos. Many students worldwide do not regularly use substances. However, targeted ads, social media, and even misinformation and even disinformation that is purposely selling information that's not accurate, it often leads teens to believe that everyone is doing it, pressuring them to conform to be considered cool. Educating students, parents, schools, communities, and particularly teens about the actual rates of teen substance use can help young people develop healthier and more realistic beliefs. This approach aims to reduce the pressure teens may feel to use substances to fit in. Communities that implement social norms approach to prevention consistently observe reduced student use of alcohol or other drugs, regardless of their initial usage rates. The Douglas County School District supports this approach through 2 evidence-based programs that prevent drug and alcohol use in teens. The first one is Catch My Breath. What was stark to me today is hearing when our youth here started using alcohol or drugs in middle school. So we do have a research-based Catch My Breath program that's led by our prevention nurses in middle school. All 7th graders receive this curriculum. It's research-based to proven for cessation for students in DCSD. This program focuses on misinformation and disinformation used by advertisers to entice teens to smoke, along with important other information regarding health impacts of smoking, drinking, and drugs. It's really profound to see when you tell kids that somebody's trying to trick them, that they will then stand up against some of these advertisers. So they do some of the work with that. Secondly, DCSD recently implemented the Blues Intervention Program in grades 8 through 12 for students who are struggling with anxiety and depression, which we know can lead to substance use for those for students that are already experiencing substance use issues. Thanks to our partnership with the Douglas County Opioid Council and for their funding, 2 staff members in every high school and 2 district-level members, 2 are here today, have been trained to deliver this evidence-based intervention to our 8th through 12th grade students who are referred to them through this process. The Blues program is a direct evidence-based intervention rooted in cognitive behavioral therapy, which is designed to change students' behavior by changing the thoughts that drive it. This intervention teaches students to analyze what they know to be true, kind of like this campaign. It breaks down the connection between an event that happens to them, their thoughts, and their feelings. For example, here's the process. A student is taught to recognize a negative activating event, like being ignored by friends, and then an automatic distorted thought that follows, like, well, everyone must hate me, I'm a loser. The intervention is analyzing what the truth really is. The Blues program teaches them to dispute that thought by analyzing the evidence. What do I know to be true? Well, I know that my mom says I'm a great kid and I have fun with my friends. In math class, maybe they're just busy and not really ignoring me. So then the result is the student learns to replace the distorted thought of I'm a loser with a realistic one. I feel left out right now but it doesn't mean that I'm a loser. This breaks the cycle that can lead a student to cope with the I'm a loser feeling by engaging in high-risk behaviors like substance use. This incredible youth campaign that we just saw highlights our own students in Douglas County, and it provides that external reality check that when combined with those internal skill-building strategies that we're teaching our students, in programs like Catch My Breath and Blues, it can transform youth perception and reduces substance use. This ongoing partnership between Douglas County, our mental health community partners, and our school district demonstrates a consistent commitment in our community to prioritize student well-being. This partnership is crucial to safeguarding our students and preventing their involvement in high-risk behaviors. This campaign is an outstanding example of the wraparound support that our community provides for all Douglas County youth. So thank you very much for the partnership. We appreciate it.
The county is a huge fan of Dr. Kelly Smith, and just to brag on her a little bit, we had an all-day youth congress not too long ago, and Kelly was with us all day, not talking, but listening to youth and trying to really identify solutions, and then also update really all of the participants about uniform minimum standards and the great programs that you have in place. So as a former principal, I think that's really significant for all our area schools. Thank you for that. So that concludes our program for today. We are going to take a photo with everybody. If you're here in a seat, we'll have you come up. But before we do that, we'll open it up to media for any questions. I know we have friends and colleagues from our local and statewide media if you guys do have any questions for us. Any questions? Yeah. Right, and Noah, thank you for being here from the Gazette. In 2024, $124,000 was awarded to the Douglas County School District for youth prevention efforts, and $180,000 was used to develop this campaign.
And I was just looking over my apologies. I was just looking over the funding allocations as well for the 2025-2026 Opioid Council budget. It says $3.4 million is allocated to withdrawal programming. Does that mean that you're prioritizing withdrawal resources when it comes to Opioid Council allocations?
We are. So there is a program associated with youth prevention that we are really excited about, and we've been talking about it for a long time. They're CSUs, and not the rah-rah go Rams CSU where I went for undergrad. It's crisis stabilization units. So the perfect example would be a 14-year-old with suicidal ideation at 4 in the morning. Parents don't know what to do, where to take them. They lacerate their arm or hit their head on a window. They go into the ER and get treated for those health issues. But the underlying substance use disorder and maybe co-occurring dual diagnosis mental health issues also need to be treated. So the Crisis Stabilization Unit pilot is focused around this notion of a co-located facility at or near an area hospital, where if you go in and get treated for a cut arm, you're not going to be wheeled out front and then taken home. You'll get wheeled down the hallway to a crisis stabilization unit where you will receive inpatient or outpatient substance use disorder and mental health treatment. And that will be staffed by clinicians. We're a little bit early to make a very big announcement, but what I'll share with you right now, Noah, is that we have met with all of the big area hospitals, including Common Spirit that's coming to us, Sky Ridge, Castle Rock Adventist, and then Children's Hospital off of Kendrick Castillo Boulevard, and we have some really exciting things in the works. So yes, we have drawn down $3.4 million out of the Opioid Council to do this crisis stabilization unit pilot for youth. Yeah, more to come. We'll invite you back. Yeah, that's a good question. Anybody else? Okay. Well, with that, we'll have all of you come on up. If you're one of our partners or sit on our board or part of Full Circle, we'd love to have you guys up, and we'll take a photo launching this campaign today. Hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Great job. You guys are very well spoken. I know. I love the colorful language. Very good. Congrats on the 10 days.